Women's lib, my dear Sally, is merely a fad which ranks somewhere between hula hoops and streaking. As Mr. Darwin observed in his Origin of Species, male superiority is the natural order of things. It is the male who fearlessly defends the hearth, the male who tirelessly provides for the needs of his family.
Are you sure that Darwin said that? Sounds more like McMillan to me.
Now here, we have a perfect example. Notice the manner in which this enterprising fellow hustles a living for his family. Notice also the helpless female, totally dependent upon her mate, and who lies there like a klutz. Not only do we have an example here of total dependence, but just plain out-and-out laziness.
Mac, I don't want to say anything, but your theory is a little cockeyed. You see, the bear that's putting on the show, that's the girl bear. The other bear, the one that's so lazy up there, is one of your people.
Nice try.
How much do you want to bet?
I believe she's serious.
How much?
I hate to do this, Sally. It's like taking candy from a baby. Name it.
All right. The loser makes dinner tonight. 4-star service and no help from Mildred.
Done. Now, I think tonight I'd like to have prime rib for dinner. I think that would be nice. Perhaps first a nice dry martini, chilled to perfection.
Hey, no peanuts.
Pardon me, sir.
Samson and Delilah.
Well, we were just sort of wondering which one was which.
Oh, well, this one here is Delilah, and that one back there is Samson, the laziest bum on 4 legs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I gave the bride away.
Well, you can always take it up with Darwin. After dinner. For dinner, let's see. I think I'll have a Stilton cheese souffle. Just a moment. Thank you. I think I'd like something nice and long and cool before you get started.
You'll get ice water.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it was mice, and then I could go back to sleep.
You can, Mildred, because you've got the night off.
Night off? What am I going to do with the night off?
Well, go to sleep. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if I have the night off, I feel sort of obligated to do something with it, like, well, you know, go to my sister's and be miserable. You just can't waste a night off.
I'm sorry, Mildred.
Oh, everything's a dilemma. By the way, what's the occasion?
Oh, maybe he can explain it to you.
Apple juice.
Thank you.
Hey, why do I have to go to my sister's tonight?
You're free as a bird, Mildred. Count your blessings.
The commissioner has graciously insisted upon making dinner this evening.
Oh, another one of those dumb bets. And you lost again, huh?
Good night, Mildred.
I always heard you were very bright down at headquarters. How come you, keep losing all these bets?
Good night, Mildred.
Gonna make dinner again, huh?
Good night, Mildred.
Listen, are you sure you don't want me to hang around? I mean, you didn't win much with Chef Pierre in there, you know.
It's the thought that counts. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Okay. Better get myself changed and get out of here. What are you going to make, Commissioner?
Souffle.
Oh, from burnt toast to a souffle. That takes guts.
Mac, you know, I think some of those nice little pizza hors d'oeuvres would go very well right now. How's it going, Mac?
Just great. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes.
I simply can't understand the problem, Mac. I asked for a simple Stilton cheese souffle with sautéed mushrooms, and you make it such a problem. Whatever happened to that famous male superiority? Mac, the door.
I'm looking for Mr. McMillan. I have a message for him.
He's real busy right now. I'm Mrs. McMillan. Can I help you?
I have to deliver the message in person.
Oh, come on in. Mac, there's somebody here to see you.
What is it?
Mr. McMillan?
Yes?
Could I see some identification, please? He doth raise his country's fame with his own, and in the mouths of nations yet unborn, his praises shall be sung. Death comes to all, but great achievements raise a monument which shall endure until the sun grows cold.
Georgius Fabricius.
Terrace and Fifth, 9:30.
Well, that's a terrific act, fellas.
Son, who sent you?
I don't know, a man.
What did he look like?
Well, I couldn't see much of his face. He had on dark glasses and a hat.
All right.
I didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Give me $10 to say that. That's all I know.
You are?
Bye.
Mac, what was that? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
I just heard from one. Dinner's ready.
Well, that was some kind of a crazy message, wasn't it, Mac?
Code. I haven't heard that word since I was with intelligence.
What did the part mean about, Georgius, what's his name?
Georgius Fabricius.
Yeah.
Countersign. Message was part of a eulogy written in 1550.
You mean one of your agency buddies is trying to get in touch with you?
Dwight Carmichael.
Well, that's kind of exciting, isn't it, Mac?
Yeah. Kind of weird, too. He's been dead for 30 years.
It is odd, sir. You get a message from a stranger to meet you here. He turns up dead, and there is not a scrap of identification.
That's right.
Well, it must have been important. I wonder what it was he wanted to tell you.
He said it was important. That's why I came.
Well, there must be something that we can go on, sir.
I have never seen that face before in my life.
Are you sure? That you don't remember him?
Just take my word for it.
Well, I'm only trying to help. No. Well, it is weird, isn't it? I wonder what it was that he wanted.
I wish I knew.
Maybe
Maybe it wasn't Carmichael.
Oh, it was Carmichael, all right. Even with that face job, you couldn't mistake that scar on his arm. Burned in an air crash in Dresden.
Mac, what had made you think he was dead?
We worked together. He disappeared on a mission. A couple of months later, we heard he was dead. The source was solid. Stone cold dead. Only he wasn't dead. Not until tonight. Now, how do I put that in an official report without breaching national security? Poor Enright asked me a couple of perfectly logical questions, and I almost bit his head off.
Mac, you're not in intelligence anymore. Why do you have to keep Carmichael a secret?
Because he was still a part of it. That's why he was working undercover. He had something to tell me, something about business, only he didn't get to tell me, and that's what makes it a problem. A security problem.
Why can't you just call someone in Washington?
Oh, sure, I could call Washington, but I'm not going to. He had something to tell me. Something to tell me and nobody else. When I find out what that is, then I'll call Washington. He's a good guy. I like that guy. I owe him something.
Where are you going to begin? He's a man who's got no face. He's got no identification.
This is all I've got. So I'll begin with this. I'm all alone in this, Sally. I may have to ask your help. Will you help me?
Always.
That's it?
That's it.
I'll tell you something. I think you need a chemistry professor, or better still, a clairvoyant for this job.
Could it be a Balkan mixture? That's what he always used.
Oh, sure. It's a Balkan mixture. It looks like a Balkan mixture. But which Balkan mixture? There must be 95 of them.
95, that's all? Gee, that's not bad, is it, Mac?
No, that's very encouraging.
Wait a minute. I think I know somebody that can help you. Did you ever hear of Rico Martinez?
Rico Martinez, the guitarist?
His father was a Cuban tobacconist. Rico is fantastic. He knows everything there is to know.
Sold. I'll look him up.
Mac.
Hmm?
What do you think?
Yeah, it does wonders for you.
Not for me, for you. On the other hand, you may be right.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Come, Sally.
Thank you. And may I know my audience?
My name is McMillan, Senor Martinez. I wonder if I could talk to you for a moment.
Of course. Commissioner McMillan, isn't it?
That's right.
And your companion.
Mrs. McMillan, Senor Martinez.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. McMillan.
That was beautiful.
Thank you very much. And how can I help you, Commissioner?
Senor Martinez, I understand you're an expert on tobacco.
Well, of sorts.
I wonder if you could help me with this.
Vulcan. It's a unique mixture. The man who smokes this is most discriminating.
He is, yes.
It's called Duvan Shateri, which is nothing more than Serbian for mixture number 3. Very rare in these parts. The only shop that may carry it is Selwyn's on Cable Street.
Well, that's what it looks like, but it's the only one I've got left. I was just about to mail it out to a customer.
Is this your customer? Is it him?
I think so. What's he doing on the ground like that?
Just, sleeping it off. I'd like his address, please.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't give out that information.
Right.
Oh. Well, here it is. Carl Reese, 385 Marlborough Street.
Thank you very much.
He wasn't really asleep, was he?
No. Here we are. Carl Reese, apartment B.
Suppose nobody answers, Mac.
Well, maybe Mrs. Goodbody will.
Who's Mrs. Goodbody?
The manager.
Oh, the manageress.
Right. Good old Mrs. Goodbody.
I don't do this for everybody. Next time it's gonna take a warrant. I don't care who you are. I'm not even sure this key fits.
Well, I certainly hate to inconvenience you, Mrs. Goodbody, but perhaps $10 more would help.
Everything helps. Don't take anything, or else I'll have to call the police. Don't take anything.
Well, now, shall we?
Just don't take anything. Did you find anything?
I'm not sure.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Carl Reese.
My goodness. Very good. I've got Greece, Turkey, Hong Kong, Spain, Malta, etc., etc. I'd say someone was planning a trip somewhere.
Any place.
Plus, turn it over.
To Carl, love, Laura.
Well, we've got something to go on. Can't say you did too much for this jacket.
Mrs. Goodbody didn't say anything about tearing clothes up. Yeah, it's something. Laura could be 3,000 miles away.
Look at this.
Can you make that out?
Dishwasher. Dishwasher. Maybe it's elephant. I don't know. If Carmichael bought this, he didn't buy it for himself. At a boutique?
Laura.
Laura.
Let's go.
Ah, Mrs. Goodbody. I'm not sure what it says. It looks like a elephant
Or dishwasher.
or dishwasher. I'd better check the number. Mac, what do you think of these? For after the baby, naturally.
I like them. Practical, too. Bulletproof.
I found it. One leather carryall, $46.50, and that was yesterday.
Who wrote it up?
Looks like BC. Must have been Bonnie.
Could I talk to her?
Oh, she's off today.
Oh. The free initials. Do you keep records on these?
Oh, you mean on this one? I think we do. Let me check.
Well, that was very good.
Not necessarily. There's no law that says you have to have initials put on them.
The thing is, not everybody bothers with initials. You're in luck. Silver initials, LR.
Two leads, Mac.
Laura R. Plus the very strong possibility that she and Carmichael were going to be traveling together.
Carry-all bag, right?
Which gives us the passport office to check. Come on.
There could be another lead. Laura R. could mean that she's married to Carl Reese.
Very good. That means we have a lot to cover this afternoon.
We could split up.
No way. We need a badge at the passport office and a badge at the Bureau of Records.
Right.
This is Commissioner McMillan. Let me have Sergeant Enright.
Excuse me, is this new passport?
I think it's right over here.
No, this is my first trip out of the country, and I just can't believe it. Look, I've been studying French for 3 weeks, and I don't remember a word. Oh, maybe I'll see you over there. Where are you going?
We don't know yet.
Oh, well, have a wonderful trip.
Sorry to hold you up, Commissioner. We don't have anything on a Laura Reese. Got a few other Lauras for you, though.
Well, looks like we're out of luck.
Are you sure the application was filed here, Commissioner?
I'm not even sure the application was filled out.
Hi, Sergeant.
What did you find out?
Oh, nothing very much, sir, I'm afraid. If Carl and Laura Reese were married, it couldn't have happened in San Francisco. There's nothing on file at the Bureau of Records.
What is it?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing much, sir. It's just that when I pulled up here, I saw some guy sniffing around your car. Well, at first I thought maybe he was going to try and grab it, but then he got into his own car and drove off.
Did you get a good look at him?
No, not too good.
Wearing a green alpine hat and driving a rust-colored sedan?
Yes, sir, that's the guy. Well, who is he?
I don't know, but he's been following us for a couple of hours.
You didn't tell me that.
Did you get his license?
Yes, sir.
Good.
May I ask the commissioner something?
You mean, what's it all about?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a little complicated and definitely not for publication.
I understand, sir.
Carl Reese was the man who was murdered last night. I knew him years ago under another name.
Well, shouldn't that go in the report, sir? I mean, we don't have a single lead.
It's definitely a security problem. He worked for the government.
Oh. Well, do you want me to check out the license?
That's probably a John Doe rental, but yes, I guess you better check it out.
Right. By the way, Commissioner, you better get going.
Why?
Well, I don't know for sure, but it was on your calendar. Some sort of christening.
Oh, the ship! I'm supposed to christen it. Sergeant, we gotta christen the ship.
I christen thee number 7384.
That was a fine launching, Mrs. McMillan.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I don't believe it. Walt Harmon.
Damn it, Mac, it is good to see you.
I figured you'd be in some Albanian prison somewhere or a villa on the Riviera by now.
On government pay. You look like you've done all right for yourself, Commissioner.
Well, we're all both in the same business, public service. Sally, I'd like you to meet a very old friend, Walt Harmon.
How do you do?
You're very beautiful, Mrs. McMillan. And very lucky.
Thank you.
This is a little off the beaten path for you, isn't it, Walt? What brings your body to San Francisco?
Just passing through.
Is that yours?
He's a good man. He worries a little about the crease in his trousers, but he's a good man.
Would it be indiscreet of me to suggest that you two had worked together at one time?
No, that's a reasonable suggestion, Mrs. McMillan.
Call me Sally.
Walt used to be my boss.
Oh.
You got a minute, Mac?
Hey, take your time. I'll wait in the car. Nice to meet you all.
Tell you the truth, Mac, I've been in San Francisco for a couple of months, so I really couldn't contact you.
And shouldn't now.
No.
That important, huh?
It is.
Carmichael?
Yeah, Carmichael. Mac, I'm going to ask you to lay off.
Where do you fit in?
What difference does that make?
All the difference in the world.
It's a powder keg, Mac. The agency could get hurt.
So could my department if I don't do something about his murder. Now, Walt, tell me what you know.
Well, I know he contacted you. I know you found him dead. I don't know who did it. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
I need more than that.
Mac, you've been around the dirty tricks business. You're a veteran. You know, certain things have to stay in the can.
Murder is not one of them. Not around here.
That's pretty high-toned.
It's part of my job. Now, Walt, look. If I didn't think I was involved in the security situation, I wouldn't feel as if I had to keep this investigation low-key. Now, as police commissioner of San Francisco, I have to walk a very, very thin line.
All right. All right, I'll give you everything I've got, starting back in '64, when Carmichael slipped into East Europe, got himself grabbed, and didn't have the good grace to bite into that tiny cyanide cure. Fact is, over the next couple of years, he got less and less graceful. You really couldn't blame him. A prison cell the size of a toilet will do that for you, especially when you know you're settled in it for life. So,
sold out.
An agent never sells out. You know that, Mac. He simply exercises his survival flexibilities.
Which accounts for the plastic job.
Yeah, they give him a new face, a new name, and a new job.
Right here.
Exactly. Now they have a floater here who can operate with perfect impunity. An ex-agent whose face couldn't be recognized by our people in a million years.
Maybe you recognized him.
And had him killed. Hey, that's pretty good. You haven't lost your touch, Mac. That's a good scenario. It holds. Except it didn't happen that way. Now, Carmichael came to me, gave me some background, said he'd be back in a couple of days with a proposition. Maybe that's where you fit in, Mac. Maybe he figured on you to play broker.
You knew he contacted me.
Uh-huh.
You also knew he was killed. That means you had a tail on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if you had the same man on me today. Stamped out model like your boy over there, only with an alpine hat with a feather in it.
Mac, not one of mine.
Okay, well. You're not finished, are you?
Oh, did I leave something out?
Oh, I was just wondering how much you knew about that girl.
Laura?
Laura.
Oh. Well, I know as much about the girl as you do, Mac, which is nothing. Except she could be in trouble.
Why?
She was Carmichael's lady friend. Carmichael's dead. What's it going to be, Mac?
I can't drop it.
You are stubborn, Mac. You always was stubborn, you know that? Only, they don't let it get you in over your head, hmm?
How?
You got a job to do? Okay, do it. But keep it low-key.
Make it sound like an order.
All the way from Washington, Mac. People back there are going to be embarrassed about Carmichael. They get embarrassed enough. There's going to be some sound. There's going to be some fury. I wouldn't want you to lose your job, Commissioner. Is that a threat? No, no, no. It's just advice. Only if you really need me.
Yes?
Yes, I wonder if I could speak with Laura Rice.
She passed away 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was 86 years old, and she'd had a good life. Are you one of her girls?
Beg your pardon?
One of her girls from the Unwed Mothers League. Mrs. Rice was the president.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I must have the wrong person. Thank you.
Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of, young lady. We're here if you need us.
Does Laura Ricketts work here?
Laura, somebody wants to see you. Coming!
She'll be right out. Thank you. You wanted to see me? Yes, could I have a cup of coffee, please?
2 minuti.
Grazie.
I must have covered 50 miles today, up and down the hills. Do you know what I am becoming? An expert on Lauras. Tall Lauras, short Lauras, fat Lauras, thin Lauras, little Lauras, big Lauras, Lauras that are married, Lauras that are divorced, and Lauras that are living in sin. I covered the telephone book, the welfare list, the voter registration. I'm out of Lauras, Mac. How did you do?
Nothing. Never left the office. Today was bureaucracy's finest hour.
What about the unlisted phone numbers?
Enright checked them out. Not a thing.
What about that license plate, the man with the hat?
Dead end. Turned out to be a John Doe rental after all. He dumped the car 20 minutes after Enright spotted him.
Maybe that man with the hat doesn't work for Walt Harmon.
He works for Walt, all right. Walt was chief of my unit for 5 years. We went through hell and high water together. I know how he works. If the situation were reversed, I'd do the same thing. I'd put a tail on him.
Well, I'm not going to think about it anymore. Here comes dinner, and I'm starving. Does that smell good?
Enjoy.
Grazie.
You don't.
No, go ahead.
No, go on.
Go on, go on.
Go on.
I hate to disturb you, Commissioner, but they said it's important.
Yes. What? No. I haven't. Right. Yeah, I'll be right over.
What was that?
Laura?
Our Laura?
Our Laura. She wants to see me now.
You're kidding. How did she find you?
Called home. Mildred told her we were here. Senora. Look, you go ahead and finish. There's no reason for both of us to go over there.
Mac,
I'll see you at home.
Mac, I'm an expert on Laura, remember?
Senora, it breaks my heart, but we have to leave.
Oh. Ernestina, do you have a doggy bag for linguine?
Looks like Harmon's called off his dogs. Sally.
It's so good, I hate to throw it away. Why would anyone try to kill me? I don't understand.
I don't either. That's what I want to find out. Why did you call me, Laura?
Well, it sounds crazy now, but... A friend gave me your number and told me that if I didn't hear from him in 24 hours, I should call you.
Carl Reese.
Yes.
Go on.
Well, that sounded mysterious and silly at first. I thought he was joking. But then I didn't hear from him, and I got worried, so I called you. And then this happened, and, well, now I don't know what's going on. What is happening? Is Carl in some sort of trouble with the police?
No, Laura. Carl's dead.
No. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
I know this isn't the right time, Laura, but I have to ask you some questions.
I think I'll get you a glass of water.
You see, Laura, Carl was murdered.
Murdered? That must be why he gave me your phone number. He must have known he was in danger.
What do you know about him, Laura?
He was quiet. He stayed to himself. He didn't bother anyone. Why would anyone hurt him? Why would anyone want to hurt me?
Did he ever talk about his work?
Not very much. I knew it had something to do with insurance. Insurance investigating, I think.
Did he ever mention which company?
No. Oh, I think maybe he did once, but I didn't pay any attention. The home office was back east somewhere. That's why he could work out of his apartment here.
How long was he here in San Francisco?
Only a few months. We met when he first came out here.
And you were going to be married. You were going abroad. Where, Laura?
We weren't sure. We talked about it dozens of places. We're like a couple of kids. Everything had such a special excitement about it. It was wonderful.
What were his plans? How were you going to live?
He'd, come into some money. An uncle, I think. But that wasn't the truth, was it? He didn't tell me everything, did he?
No.
Will you tell me? Please tell me.
Carl worked with the government. That's all I can tell you. All set?
Yes, sir.
Laura, I want you to move out of here for a few days. I don't think anybody will bother you again, but I'd rather be on the safe side.
If you think it's better.
I'd feel better. Now, if you want to go anywhere, if you want to go shopping, to work, anywhere, I'll have somebody along with you to keep an eye on you.
Better put some things in a bag, I guess.
If there's anything you need now, Sergeant N right here, we'll get it for you.
Thank you. And if there's anything that I can do, you just call me. Thank you. Commissioner, I almost forgot. Wait. That's for you.
From Carl?
Yes, he said if I had to call you, I should give that. But he didn't say anything else. What could it be for?
I don't know. Probably nothing very important. Now, Sergeant, I want you to take good care of Miss... Laura, What is your last name?
Rainey.
Rainey.
There wasn't any Laura Rainey in the telephone book.
It's not listed in the phone book. Not under my name, anyway. It's listed under Miller. I sublet this apartment.
Oh, it's you.
What did you expect?
Well, burglars, if it wasn't you.
Did we get any calls, Mildred?
Yeah, my sister. Do you want to hear about it, or do you have something else to do this evening?
Pretend you're paying for a telegram.
Okay. Let's see. She has the gout. Stop. She's very happy. Stop. She hears that only rich people get the gout. Stop. Love, Mildred.
Stop.
How was dinner tonight?
Well, have you got anything in the kitchen?
You hungry? Where do you get off being hungry?
Well, it's just not the same when you eat out of a container.
You eat $9 worth of linguine and you're hungry?
You know, sometimes you two sound exactly like my sister. I'll just go put a couple of cans of water in the soup. Oh, anybody want a melted cheese sandwich?
Fine.
I don't have any cheese.
You know, you made it tough. This key is a duplicate. Not a single identification mark.
I don't know how Carmichael ever expected you to figure out what it's for.
Oh, I know what it's for.
What?
Key to a safety deposit box. There must be at least 25,000 of them in this city alone.
Why do spies always work in riddles? Why couldn't Carmichael have just told Laura what bank he wanted you to go to?
Didn't want her to know, probably. Didn't want her to get involved.
Well, I feel sorry for Laura. She's so confused, Mac.
He was playing good odds, Sally. If the key somehow got into somebody else's hands, whatever is in the safety deposit box would remain safe.
I see what you mean. Not just anybody can open up a safety deposit box.
Commissioner of Police can.
Now, there's an officer right outside the door if you need anything. Are you all right, Miss Rainey?
Yes. Fine, thank you.
It's funny, isn't it? How people say they're fine even when the world is falling apart around them. What am I doing here, anyway? Why is this all happening? It's so confusing.
Well, it settles. It always settles. People pick up and they start again, and then it's behind them.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Good night.
Good night. Sergeant, would it be all right if I used the telephone? A friend of mine may be trying to call me at my place, and I'm afraid she'll be worried.
You use that phone as much as you like. This is your home for a few days.
You're very kind.
Good night.
Hello. It's me. No. No, they've moved me for a few days. The new number is 555-5933. No. No problem. Everything went beautifully. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
No. R-E-I-S-S. Reese. Carl Reese. Nothing? All right, thank you.
Hi, Maggie.
Hello.
Hey, is he in?
He's in, all right. He's been on the phone for hours.
Oh, he's still on the phone. That's a bad sign.
I beg your pardon?
Never mind. I think I'll just go in and see him.
see. Well, thank you very much.
Any luck?
No luck. I ran out of banks.
Is it possible that Carmichael used his own name instead of the name Carl Reese?
I tried that.
Oh. Maybe he used another name. How about that name, that code name the little boy told us about the
George's
other night?
Fabricius?
Right.
Hey, you're getting very good. You know that? I tried that, too. There's something missing. Hello, Miss Layton? Yes, this is Commissioner McMillan again. I have another name for you. You're right. Stuart McMillan.
If you need anything else, Commissioner, please let me know.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
That's it?
What were you expecting?
Well, I don't know. $1 million, diamonds, something. Keystone.
Keystone.
What is that? Is that somebody's name? Somebody you know?
No, it's not anybody's name. It's agency jargon. Keystone means #2 man of the unit.
Ah, that's great. It could be any unit anywhere.
Walt Harmon's unit.
You mean to tell me that the killer is in Walt Harmon's unit and he doesn't even know it?
That's it. Looks like Walt's gonna have to work with me after all, whether he likes it or not.
Well, that's not very likely after the meeting you had with him.
He hasn't got any choice. I have something he needs, and he's not gonna get it until I get the cooperation I need. It's as simple as that.
Magnificent, isn't it?